Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything we know with the contract DLC information so far. Some new information that just came out recently talking about the DLC. And we'll be talking about how much I think this contract DLC is going to cost us, alright? Now, before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications turned on. Make sure you click on the bell. Don't miss out on any future content, tutorials, guides, and live streams that I'm going to have covering the contract DLC. And if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, okay? So let's start off with the new information that just got dropped not too long ago, okay? So WildBrick142 says this in the GTA forums. He is a reputable member of the GTA community. He says, no newswire? Oh well, here's a GTA forums wire. 4 agency locations. The cheapest one will be over $2 million. The agency can be customized with artwork, color selections, wallpaper selections, personal quarters, armory, and a vehicle workshop. The story will be heist-like in structure. Smaller missions, preparations, followed by a finale. And you will be able to request perks from your agency contact, such as calling in a company SUV, going off the radar, or finding a bike for you. 15 new vehicles, such as the Sinkamiya, the Reaver, and Shinobi. There will also be a new Granger and Baller variant, and of course the Deity, a new Patriot and Buffalo variant, as confirmed by Allocator, and the Champion and Jubilee, as confirmed by Rockstar, and a new Comet variant, the S2 Cabrio, as seen in the trailer. 3 new weapons, as already confirmed by Allocator: the stun gun, the compact EMP launcher, and the heavy rifle. The stun gun will be different from the one in single player. Interesting. New weapon style variants similar to the Christmas up and atomizer, basically like the skins, the liveries for the guns, likely for the heavy rifle, and one of them is a weed variant. And last but not least, he says there's going to be a hella lot of new clothing options, including t-shirts, earrings, hats, masks, etc. In addition, there will also be new face paints and tattoos. So that's huge. A lot of stuff right there. Actually, there's less vehicles coming out than I thought there would be. I figured there'd be around 20 or 21 vehicles. We still may get some more, right, with drip-fed content, but that looks to be what this information is so far. And again, Wild Brick has definitely been a reputable member in the GTA community for information like this. So, I'm pretty sure this is going to be solid information, okay? And in addition to that, there's other things that we know as well that have been, dropped and leaked. There is a ton of new music, and I mean new music and good music by very, very big artists that are, that's insane. It's going to be really cool. Let's talk about what I don't think is going to come with this DLC. I don't think we're going to be able to buy mansions. I think the mansion will be used in part of a setup for the contact missions. The Mile High Club, I know I tweeted out and kind of stirred up some stuff. That was just kind of fun speculation. I didn't mean to ruffle any feathers, but I don't think the Mile High Club building is going to, be completed or anything. There may be missions over there. I do think one day that building will get completed, but I think that'll be further on down the road after expanded and enhanced gets dropped. So I don't think those things are going to happen for the DLC. What are some other predictions that we can talk about? The Armory, I'm still kind of curious about that. The Armory, I feel, is still going to be a weaponization hub. It's going to be all things weaponized, and we probably will be able to launch some kind of missions out of there. The new vehicle that's called the Reaver, that is kind of suspect. I still, the picture and the image of that airplane and the artwork that's in the background still haunts me. I feel maybe the Reaver is some kind of, I don't know. That's just something that I'm worried about. I don't want a portable flying orbital cannon in the game, but that name does kind of feel like it would be part of, but hopefully it's just one of the Lambos or something like that. That'd be much better. Right. For the clothing, again, I think there's going to be a ton of stuff. Hopefully some new armor, some new vests like we saw in the artwork. That's something that I think is going to be that we need to update with. I would like that. There is going to be scavenger hunts. I do feel like that. I do feel they did mention that we'll be looking for USB drives in the news wire. So I do think we'll get some sort of scavenger hunt with this, and hopefully we'll get something in addition to that as well. Those are always fun, and you know, it's cool to kind of go around the map and, you know, kind of solve little puzzles. They're not too hard. They're a little time consuming sometimes, but it's rewarding and it's fun at the end of the day. Wildbreak also mentioned that the stun gun is going to operate differently than what it does in single player mode. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work, because I am kind of hyped for this gun, and every time I get hype, I get let down. So I want to stay cautiously hyped now, but I still think it'll be a fun addition to the game. And either way, I'm still gonna, you know, try and mess around and have a good time, and you know, troll some friends and some randos in the lobbies. That'll be pretty cool. But I am curious to see how it's gonna happen. Maybe there'll be some kind of ammunition situation with it. You know, cooldown. Maybe it shoots the actual prongs that the real tasers do in real life. So we'll just have to wait and find out. Now, another big question is, how much is this contract going to make us? People have asked me in my live streams, is it going to make more than the Cayo Perico heist? I don't see any scenario where that's possible. However, back when the Cayo Perico DLC was dropping, I said I don't think anything will make us more money than the Casino DLC, because the Casino at that time was making us a dramatic amount of money. And lo and behold, here we go with the Cayo Perico heist. You can do it 100% solo, and it makes more money than the Casino heist. So, curious to find out. I think it'll be somewhere in between the auto shop contracts and the Casino. I don't think it'll be as much as the Cayo. I'm going to stand strong on that. I just don't think Rockstar's going to give us a contract where we make, you know, $2 million. Now, if there is a scenario where that's possible, I think it'll have to be done with other players. And that leads me to another thing. Will we be able to do this heist solo 100%? I'm curious about that, and I really do hope so. I'm okay with taking a cut in pay to do this solo, and I'm okay with making way more by doing this with, you know, our friends. I think that's the way it should be. You know, the Cayo Perico heist, you're actually kind of punished when you bring friends along. You don't make as much money, and it's more difficult. So I think that, you know, it's that should be the way it is, and I think Rockstar might do that. They'll give us an option to do this solo, and we'll make a good amount of money. It won't be as much as, you know, the Cayo or maybe even the Casino, but you'll still make a great amount of money. However, if you bring along some friends, you'll be able to have that multiplier, and you'll make a lot more money, which is the way it should be, right? And I think that'll be something that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll have a good time with that. How many different variants of this new contract, I don't know. It may just be a single heist like the Cayo, or it may have separate variants to it like the Casino. Let me know what you guys think about that. Alright, now getting into the end of this video, how much do I think this DLC is going to cost? And I've kind of bounced around a little bit here and there. The vehicles make a big, you know, difference with the price. I figured we'd have between, like, you know, I figure like around 20 to 22, 20 to 24 vehicles, but it looks like we're getting 15 that we know of, okay? So, with that being said, going based off of information in the past, the average price in the game for vehicles is around $1.5 million. So I'm going to use that table right there, 1.5 to like 1.8, depending on the customization. We'll stick with 1.5 just to keep it simple. So we got 1.5 million times 15. You're looking at $22,500,000 for the vehicles right there. We've got the agency locations. There's 4 of them. The cheapest one is going to be $2 million, and then we have workshops and an armory that we can add on, plus customization. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say, you know, the most expensive armory plus upgrades, you're looking at $6 million. Okay, but you can probably get away with the cheapest one for about $4 million. All right, so I'm going to go $6 million for the agency right there. So with that being said, now we got 22.5. plus 6, we're at 28.5 million. All right, so that leaves us with weapons and clothing. Now the weapons, we've got 3 new weapons, and based off of information in the past with your up and atomizer and certain little things like that, I'm going to go roughly 500,000 for each one of the weapons, so 1.5 million on the weapons. All right, just a ballpark right here. Now the clothing, tattoos, they, you know, going to be a whole bunch, so I'm thinking probably anywhere between 200 and 400 pieces of clothing. between male and female characters. So let's just say you have a male or a female character. To buy everything for the clothing based on the prices that we've seen so far, I'm going to go ahead and put the clothing at a pretty high price and a range right there. I'm going to go 3 million for all the clothing. All right, that could be, I'm just going to cover in my tracks there a little bit. So 3 million for your clothing, okay? Now, let's leave a little bit extra for any kind of extracurricular things that are going to be involved with the DLC, and we'll just go ahead and throw an extra 1.5 out there for any kind of whatever that we haven't talked about or seen, okay? So, let's do the math real quick. We got 22,500,000 for the vehicles, 6 million on the agency, 1.5 million for the weapons, 3 million for the clothing, 1.5 for any kind of miscellaneous stuff out there, and it looks like you tally that up, we're at $34,500,000. So I'm going to go ahead and say my overall, price range prediction anywhere between 34 to 40 million dollars in that range right there. So pretty close to what we kind of talked about at the very beginning. Again, I figured there'd be more vehicles. We still may get some more. There could be some other extracurricular things out there, and so I think that's a safe little bet. So right around 35, 36 million dollars. Even if you have 30 million, you'll be good. However, I think just to get in the door, I still think that $5 million entry market price will be just fine. The cheapest agency. You don't need any kind of major, extracurricular, cosmetic upgrades. You may need a few extra things to get going with the agency and the armory, but you probably don't have to have everything with that, right? So I still think if you're just now starting the game, you got 5 million, that'll get you in the door for this DLC. All right, so 5 million bare minimum, entry level, and then to have fun and get everything, you're looking around 35 million. Okay, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for coming out. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the Ills and Reels content in the game. Smash that like button. We'll see you guys in the next one. Right, peace out. Yeah.